Greetings and welcome to part 5 of the Clarinet series. We're going to be focused on the green belt for band karate. Again, we're using the book Essential Elements for Band for Clarinet, the B-flat kind. So we're going to be looking at pages 14 through 17, numbers 59 through about 85 in this series. So let's get right into it. Let's go to the top of page 14. The very top of the orange box, it has a tie. So it has a curved line connecting the notes of the same pitch. Play one note for the combined counts of the tied notes. It's a little confusing, right? So what you're going to do is you basically take two notes, you tie them together to make them one long note. Bing! That's all you got to do. Okay, look at 59. It says fit to be tied. You start off with a half note G, then you have two quarter note Fs. Okay, those are tied together. Okay, so a quarter note is one beat. So one beat plus another beat, tie them together is two beats. They could have written a half note F there. They didn't because I want to teach you the tie. But that's the way it works. So let's listen to number 59 here, at least part of it. So this is what we want to hear. What we don't want is this. Did you notice how I toned both of the tied notes that second time? So we don't want that. Now we're going to play the whole song. Notice that halfway through the song, we tie those two A's, and then we go into some single eighth notes too. If they're not tied to something, then yes, you tone them. Here's 59. Half rest. Rest. Number 60, we start off with a half note F tied to a quarter note F. So that's 2 beats for the half note plus 1 for the quarter note is 3 beats. So you're going to hold that first F for 3 beats. Notice at this point in the music, they're going longer times before they put those breath marks in. As you continue to progress, try to go for those full 4-measure phrases before you breathe. It just makes musical sense to breathe there. But when you're practicing, breathe when you need to, no passing out. Number 61 is called Alouette, the sequel. Look right above it. It talks about, in the orange box, the dotted half note. So a dotted half note is exactly that, a half note with a dot on it. And what that means is it makes your half note 3 beats, okay? So 60 and 61 are the exact same song. They sound the exact same, except number 60 ties a quarter note and a half note together to get 3 beats, and then 61 uses a dotted half note to get those 3 beats. Same song, just two different ways of notating it. 62 is your first green belt song, Camptown Races. We have some dotted half notes in here. It is repeated, and then there's it's also, if you notice the dynamic here, it's all mezzo forte, so it's just a medium volume, and then it's Allegro, so it should be played fairly fast. 63, new directions. This can be tricky if you have tiny fingers, but we're going to go for it anyway. So 63 is a new note, note low G. Alright, so you've had B, A, and G. So 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Again, if you have a squeak, it means you have a leak. Make sure that you squish those fingers into those holes using that fatty party. Alright, see where those circles are? Using that fleshy, fatty part of your finger. That's your low G. So here's number 63. Sometimes I'll skip, but we'll go through it just because it's a good one for practice on that low G, called the Nobles. This one, you notice that between the first and second measure, they're tying that low G. So you're going to be playing that low G for a full 3 beats. You'll usually see a tie across measures, okay? Because, for instance, in Alouette, the number 60, they tied that half note to the quarter note for 3 beats. You'll very rarely ever see that. They'll just use the dotted half note. So they were just teaching you the concept. Now, the way that you're going to use that time most of the time is to connect notes across the measure. Because every measure can only have a certain amount of beats. In this case, 4, because it's 4/4 time. 64. Now, I pressed this little side key right here, so I got a little squeak at the end. So again, I had a leak, I had a squeak. Happens to the best of us. Let's keep going. Page 15, at the very top, it talks about a 3/4 time signature. 4/4, 4 beats in measure. 2/4, 2 beats in measure. 3/4, 3 beats in measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. Let's look at 3-beat jam number 67. Again, I'm going to skip repeats. Is bar carol. This is a moderato. You notice that the tempo sign there? That means a medium tempo. 3/4 time, mezzo forte, and you have that crescendo to get louder, switching to a decrescendo to get quieter. Morning from Peer Gynt. This one is still 3/4. Andante is your tempo marking, so it's a nice slow. And then you start off with a piano for quiet. You crescendo up to a mezzo forte, and then you decrescendo down to piano again. Underneath number 69, it talks about an accent. It looks kind of like an arrow, I guess backwards. It says to emphasize the note. Give it a little harsher attack, a little more volume, a little punch, a little pizzazz. Just play it a little more. Okay? Accents can be hard for young players. Just do the best you can just to give it a little more punch if you can. Here's number 71, Mexican clapping song, and you notice there are some accents in here. Turn the page with me, please. We're going to look at page 16, number 73. We're going to learn some more new notes. Number 73 is called Hot Muffins. Okay? The new note is B flat. We haven't had a flat before, so let's look at flat. Look at the box above 73. It says accidental. Any sharp, flat, or natural sign which appears in the music without being in the key signature is called an accidental. We haven't talked about key signatures yet. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, though. Okay? Sometimes, you're going to see a sign on a note, and that's called an accidental. Okay, your first sign you're going to learn is a flat sign. So in that box, it has a flat. It looks like a little b, a lowercase b. A flat sign lowers the pitch of the note by a half step. The note B flat sounds a half step below B, and all B's become B flat for the rest of the measure where they occur. That is confusing. Okay, when you put a flat on a note, it changes the note. It's a different note. Keep it with that for now. It changes the note, makes it a different note. You learned B, middle finger, right? Sounds like this. 73 of B flat, you're going to use your first finger now. Listen to the difference. Here's B, or called B natural. B flat. B natural sounds higher than B flat. When you flat a note, it's a different note, and it's going to be a little bit lower than the regular or natural that you learned. Okay? Okay, 73 hot muffins. I'm gonna kill the secret right now. This hot cross bun starting on D. Okay, D, C, B flat, D, C, B flat. Now you have 4 eighth note B flats. Notice that only the first one has a flat. Now, if you put a flat sign on a note in a measure, anytime you see that note for the rest of that measure only, that box, it's still going to be that symbol, that flat. Okay, that's why all of those are B flats. Okay, let's try it. 75, we're going to skip 2, is basic blues. You have another new note, another B flat. Notice this is on the third line, right? Every good boy deserves fudge, or does fine, whatever you want to use for that. All right, and this is a B flat. So look at the notes there. You've got the A, okay, and then you're going to punch Squidward in the nose with your thumb, okay? So A and Squidward's nose, I call this pinch B, because you're pinching your clarinet here. It's got a very airy quality to it, okay? So that's B flat, high B flat. And once again, if you're still writing your notes in at this point in your book, I would encourage you to stop and just learn the notes, because if you write a B, is it B or is it B flat? Is it high B? Is it low B? Is it high B flat? What the heck is it? Do I play it long? Do I play it short? I have no idea what B means now. So it's very important that you learn how to read the notes on the musical staff. And as you continue to learn how to do it, you will get better and better and better until you see crazy stuff and you'll be like, oh, I can play this. Okay, 75, basic blues. We're going to use that pinch B. I like that one. 76 is your next green belt song. Okay? Look at the top. It says new key signature. Now we're going to talk about key signatures. It says this key signature indicates the key of F. Play all B's as B flat. I think I would rather you learn about what each key later. We're going to talk about what to do with a key signature. Look at the picture of the key signature. You have the treble clef, and then there's that little flat sign, and it's on the third line up. That's the B, right? Okay? The B is on the third line up. Every good boy. So when you have that flat line on the B, the flat sign on the B, that means that all your B's, high or low, are going to be B flat. It means you ain't playing this. You're no B naturals. You're playing B flat. Okay? Up until now, all the songs you've played had nothing in the key signature because you only knew natural notes, only regular notes, right? You had G, see, it started with G, F, E, D, C, B, or B natural. You had A, low G. Now you got your first flat note, high B flat and low B flat. So now we got to talk about it, okay? So look at high flying. In the front, you have the treble clef, followed by the flat sign on the B line, which means your B in here is going to be flat. I'll give you a hint. There's only one B in the whole song, and that's a high B flat, pinch B. Okay? Notice it's 3/4 time, 3 beats in a measure. Now there's another tricky thing about this song. Okay? Also, look in that box again, right above it. It says first and second endings. Play through the first ending, then play the repeated section of the music, skipping the first ending, and play the second ending. Okay, look at 76. You're going to start from the very beginning and then play right to the repeat sign on the second line. You know that already, right? Beginning to repeat sign. Then you go back to the beginning. Then you go all the way down to the second line and you stop where you see the 1. Okay, do you see that little 1 with the bracket there? A little box, you have that 1. Stop there, and you're going to hop over those 2 measures that are under that 1 bracket, past the repeat sign, and you're going to play that F that's underneath the 2. And it's a tied F, right? A dotted half note tied to a quarter, so you're going to hold it for 4 beats. Okay, so let me run through the notes on this so we can figure out the roadmap. We see F, G, A, B flat, D, G, D, C, E, F, G, A, G, F, D, C, C. We just hit the repeat sign, go back to the beginning. C, F, G, A, B flat, D, G, D, C, E, F, G, A, G. Jump over to the second ending, F. That's all there is. Your next green belt song, your last green belt song, is number 78, Up on a Housetop. Okay, this one you have, first check your key signature. Is there a flat sign there? No. That means if you come across any B's, which you won't in this song, they would be B natural, okay, middle finger, okay? Notice that 4/4, 4 beats in the measure. Notice that you start off mezzo forte for a nice medium loud. And then partway towards the end of the first line, you go into forte, nice and loud there, which is kind of fun. Notice your tempo right above the 4/4 is Allegro, which is fast. You have a first and second ending in here. So again, you go beginning to the repeat sign, back to the beginning, and then you go butt up right to the first ending, jump over it, and go play the second ending and play to the end. So let's play it. Wow. Let's keep going even more. So those are the green belt songs, but there are some more concepts we need to learn on this page. Look at number 82. I'm a little sorry. This is a really hard note for kids with little fingers, but you got to learn it. And like any concept on the clarinet, you practice it, you will get it. It may take a long time. That's okay. Just practice until you get it. And the great thing is if you're a younger player, your fingers will never be smaller than this. They only get bigger from here on out. So that's awesome. All right, 82, called Airtime, low F on the third ledger line down. Now you're going to start using these little pinky keys. Okay, this is where it gets a little tough. So you have your G. We learned G just a little bit before. 1, 2, 3. All right, now you're going to push down the pinky key that's right in line with the circles at the very bottom. 1, 2, 3, pinky. It's the one furthest away from your from your pinky. Okay, so it's not the outliers. It's not these outliers right here, and it's not the top one. It's in line with the circles, right on the bottom. That's for your low F. If it sounds like this, or this, it means that you have a leak somewhere. I'm sorry. Okay, so then just reset your fingers, squish them in there. Make sure, again, you're using the fleshy part of your fingers. Oftentimes when you use this pinky, the third finger likes to pop up. So that's where I think where most people are going to be missing there. All right, here's Airtime, 82. Starts on that low A, and we walk down to the F. Oh, I'm sorry, I should tell you one more thing. Look at the key signature in 82 of Airtime. Notice that you have a B flat symbol first finger B. '83 is the last one I like to do on this page, and that's called Down by the Station, 2/4 times, 2 beats in every measure, Allegro, so it's played fast, and you've got a flat sign on your B line, so your B is our first finger. Starts on that low F. Hope that's helpful. This is the green belt. The next series is going to focus on the purple belt. You're doing a great job. Keep on working on those low notes. I know they're hard, but they will get easier. Take care.